2 to 3 weeks after planting, the plants have already grown to a considerable height. Even if humans cannot control the climatic conditions that influence the characteristics of the tobacco, we can nurture its evolution with all necessary care. The plants are monitored on a daily basis, and when required, watered via a smart irrigation system. Tobacco plants need a lot of water. However, too much rainfall at inappropriate moments or prolonged lack of sunshine at any time of the year will have a negative impact on their evolution. As the plant keeps growing, the soil is banked up around its base to help the roots' development. The top buds are also removed to allow larger leaves to develop perfectly. Finally, side shoots are also regularly excised. Most of the farmers have been working with the Davidoff company for over 20 years. Consistent teamwork, mutual respect, and an ongoing drive for perfection lead to a symbiosis between soil and plant which produces the best tobacco for prime cigars. The plant's leaves indicate their precise readiness for harvest through changes of color and shape. The leaves are picked in intervals from the base up over a period of 35 days. This allows the plant to fully develop the remaining leaves to their maximum ripeness between pickings. Depending on their position on the plant, the leaves contain varying amounts of nicotine. About 1% for the lowest leaves and about 3% for the highest. From the bottom up, the 4 levels used for production are named Volado, Secco, Visos and Ligero. The strength of the tobacco therefore depends not only on its type and growing area, but also on its position on the plant. Carefully transported to the ranchos or curing barns, the leaves contain 85% water and 15% dry elements. They're hung up to cure for about 45 days. The curing is a natural process during which the chemical composition of the leaf changes. It loses not only its humidity, but also its beautiful green color. It is the beginning of the development of flavor and aroma. One of the most important signs of uncompromising quality is the degree of combustibility. The maestros themselves check the burning capacity as they go on their daily quality check. If the tobacco glows for 20 seconds, the leaf is about to become a prime candidate for a fine cigar. The leaves are then taken down, piled up and stored for 20 to 30 days, before they're moved to the warehouses in the little village of Ricome, not far from the fields in which they're grown. On arrival, the humidity of the leaves is brought to the perfect level for a first detailed quality check. Under professional eyes, they're then sorted into fillers and binders, depending on their physical condition. The wrapper leaves, however, undergo an even more detailed examination. Density, color, and size play an important role during the first selection and sorting. The leaves are now ready for the next stage, the fermentation. The fermentation process is a chemical reaction based on humidity, temperature, and time. The leaves are carefully piled up and a tube is placed in the fermentation stack to check the temperature. The stack is moved when the temperature approaches a critical 50 degrees Celsius in its center. At this temperature, the tobacco would cook and be unusable. The fermentation period and the number of times the stacks are changed varies according to the strength of the tobacco. When the temperature stops rising, the first fermentation process has come to an end. Then, the tobacco is ready for a first long rest. The leaves are compressed and packed into bales. Each bale contains a code with all information regarding the fermentation process, the type of tobacco, the variety of seeds, and the growing area. While the lightest tobaccos need at least 18 months to develop their taste and aroma, the strongest require a minimum of 2 years. It's all about time, completing its work at its own good pace. After a well-deserved break, the leaves continue on their journey. During the so-called stripping process, the leaf's central rib is removed to make the cigar roller's work easier. In the first step, the leaves are moistened and carefully conditioned. The humidity has to be just right, so the central rib can be removed without damaging the leaf. For the filler leaves, the stripping process itself is a fully manual operation and is only partial, which means that only 2/3 of the rib is removed. For most binder and all wrapper leaves, however, this process is mechanical in order to prevent any damage to these highly valuable leaves. After this laborious step, the tobacco undergoes a second fermentation of 40 days before it is put to rest again. The second aging will take up to 3 years. Some rare types will even undergo an aging process of over 10 years, during which the tobacco's character is gradually refined. The time has finally come for the binder and wrapper leaves to be assigned to a certain type of cigar. Each prime wrapper's character corresponds with a specific cigar size and brand. They're humidified and then graded by quality, color, and size according to their intended destination. In the meantime, the binder leaves are sorted by size.